JC wanted to let you know the audio in this video is awful. He just bought a camera and microphone and won't shut up about it. So this will be the last bad quality video, my children.
Good morning, everybody. JC here again. Today, we are going to be packing up some of our stuff, so there's going to be a lot of time lapses. The most exciting part is not my hair. It is that we're going to be swapping over to the DJI today. You're going to see the difference of holding an iPhone on a tripod, all that good stuff, versus a full-blown setup that if you're doing this, you should probably have. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so fun fact, going through setting up the camera, I'm watching a video to show me how to set it all up, what it all comes with, and exactly how to use it. I don't really want any downtime, and I don't want to figure it out as I go along. I want to just know everything that I need to, and luckily it's pretty simple. But DJI, why doesn't this thing come with a memory? Bruh. Like, why doesn't it have a way to store its own memory? This does not come with any way to store it. So you can look at it and it looks all fancy, but anything that you're recording is not going to be recorded whatsoever. It's not going to save. And so I don't understand why you would go through the whole thing of like the creator combo and getting this da-da-da-da-da-da-da. How many people have 512 gigabyte micro SD cards laying around? I know I don't. So we're gonna have to go to Walmart. We're gonna get the micro SD card. Dang it, while we're there, might as well go to the gym. We only have 2 days left here in America, so I might as well get the most out of it, and I already have my membership on an auto cancellation. I wanted to convert this over to the Osmo right now, but I need a way to be able to store the memory. So we're gonna go into town, we will come back, and then we'll be on the Osmo. I'm sorry guys, we are so close. We're gonna get there, I promise. We are at Walmart. Something has occurred to me though. What I have noticed, my computer stores about 512 gigabytes of RAM. Based off of what I'm uploading, the average video that I download onto my computer can take up several gigabytes. I would say the average is between 5 and 10. Once I get it into CapCut, I believe it does a compression, so it will compress the file, and then that way it can be transferred quickly from computer to computer. There's going to be a point where I am going to run out of storage on my computer, and I know that essentially I can use YouTube as a library, but it has only the finished product. It does not have all of the tiny little intricacies, the files to be able to edit, pulling up that project brand new. I think it would be wise to have some external storage that is not for the camera, that is only for the computer. So I think we're gonna look at a 512 gigabyte micro SD for local onto the DJI. I believe that we're gonna maybe get an external hard drive. I don't know how much this is all gonna cost. I already know based off of my search on Amazon that we're looking at about $100 for this micro SD card, which is crazy because you get one with less storage, they're like $8. But in terms of the external storage for the computer, where do we sit with that? What can we store? I'm not sure. We're gonna head into Walmart. I'll see you in a second and I'll let you know what we found. Okay, Walmart has made this very, very easy because they don't have 1 terabyte micro SDs. They only have 512. So after doing some calculation, that is roughly 4 to 6 hours of storage on 4K 60 FPS. I want to give you guys the best video I possibly can. What that means is that this thing is going to be able to store about 4 to 6 hours of footage total. I would say about 2 days worth of filming and vlogging. So we're gonna roll with that for now. I will be plugging the SD card that I just got in the description on Amazon. It was down to 2. One of them was an ImageMate, the other one was an ImageMate Pro. After asking ChatGPT which would be better, they're a difference of $4 or $3, so it's not a big deal, but it did say go ahead and save a couple dollars, and it comes with an adapter, so it'll fit into the computer. I don't need to buy additional adapters to put a micro SD and then plug it into my computer. So we're gonna get this one, I'll show it to you. It was between this one here, it's the InMate Pro, it's 512 gigs, and it has that adapter I was telling you about, so either or. This was the other one, so we're at $40 versus 53. This one said that this is going to be plenty. So we're gonna go ahead and get this guy, and then I'll show you the external storage for the hard drives. Looking at all these ones here, they are in a locked box, but they started about 1 terabyte, and then they go, it looks like the biggest one they have is a 6 terabyte, which is $155. I'll show you all of them here in a sec, but after looking at it and balancing and kind of going back and forth, I'm gonna get one that is 4 terabytes. That is probably about 5 to 7 days worth of my recording at 4K 60 FPS, and that's all I really need. The only reason why I want to store this stuff externally is if I need to recover something, or if I used a funny clip in a previous video and I don't want to spend 2 hours remaking it. So there's actually a lot of reasons to have these. So yeah, I'm gonna show them to you. Here they are. So these are all the different ones here. And honestly, guys, you have a lot of different price points, but it looks like your entry for something that's actually notable is about $75 for a 2 terabyte. This is the one that I'm gonna get. Sorry, that one. It's $100 and it's a 4 terabyte. It's this 4 terabyte and it's $100. We have made the purchase for the 4 terabyte as well as the 512 gigabyte micro SD and external hard drive. It came out to $147. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some research on Amazon, because I know I can get the affiliate links there, and I'm going to find something that is either identical, the same thing, or equivalent. If you guys need to get some external storage, feel free to use me as a channel. I got you covered, don't worry. I'm more than happy to do it. I just came up with a small test to see where your heart is at. It's about morality, and it's about being good versus evil. Small lesson. Human beings are designed to be evil. If you listen to what your heart wants, you're probably going to end up doing things that hurt yourself or others. I just had like a small assessment. I did something that I don't normally pay attention to. When you are at a grocery store, do you return the grocery cart? It's a very small action, but it's unpacked with all kinds of tiny intricacies and details about where your heart is at, because nobody told you to return the cart. You're not going to get money, and you're not going to be dealing with the guy that is going to directly deal with that cart if you decide to not return it. I'm not saying that I'm a good person by any means, but very, very small test in integrity. Do you do the tiniest right thing when nobody's looking? I'll be honest, I'm probably around half and half. So I'm not perfect. I'm not even trying to be perfect. I use this as a guide as to how to treat people and what to do when nobody's looking, because there's never a scenario where nobody is looking. Somebody is always watching. And now finally, I'm gonna go watch the overview video tutorial. You're gonna see a time lapse now, and then there should be the transition into our better footage. Goodbye, iPhone. I would love to say that I will miss you. You've honestly been a pain. We seem to run into every roadblock that is possibly possible. This is not a good enough SD card. I went on to ChatGPT. This is what it recommended. And now when I plugged it in, it said that this is not going to be supported. I guess the card is not fast enough. Then I go to ask ChatGPT again, and then it corrects itself. So pretty annoyed, but it's literally the other one that I was talking to you guys about. So I'm gonna go all the way back to Walmart, and I will be back. We have the correct SD card here. It needs to be a U3. That is the problem. The other one was a U1. And it literally says on the box, 4K capture, lifetime warranty, and extreme speed. This should be the one that will get all of the footage stored successfully. 4K, 60 FPS. Let's go ahead and put this inside of the Osmo. Well, what do you think? I couldn't be happier with the quality of it. Now, I'll be honest, I've already shot this video a few times and uploaded and seen that it is now my computer is the weak link. So I shot this whole thing in 4K 60 FPS, went to upload and start to edit in CapCut, either CapCut or my computer, I am not sure. It could not keep up whatsoever. Once I put the video on the timeline, that playback was just glitching itself out. The audio was mismatched with the video. So we're doing this staircase pattern right now. We're at 2K, 2.7K, 30 FPS, and I think that this might be the magic sauce. You're also gonna notice that the audio is significantly better. I don't need to set the camera at this perfect position, get it focused, all this other stuff. I don't need a battle audio. So this is the Active Track 6.0. It is currently working. I'm going to also test this thing out in terms of some time lapses. So that's gonna be the next footage. It's just as a sample, and you guys can also see the differences. I'm also loving this thing because it is to an SD card. I have spent hours and hours and hours on this video, and it's not gonna be that long. I had to transfer iPhone files onto my computer, which I've had to do in the past, but for some reason, a lot of these would not transfer. Then I had to go to my iPad, manually download it. Like Google Drive, it just goes on and on and on just to get the simplest video put together. Just super excited to have this new system, this new setup. And to finish it off, this is the wide angle lens. I wanted to show you guys just the little difference that it does make. So I'm gonna try to hold still here. We're gonna use that clock right there as a reference. I'm just gonna hold still. So you can see that it adds a little bit of width. It's not crazy. Like if you do an iPhone from 1x to 0.5, there's a major difference. This one's just a little bit, but in order to get the whole scene, I think that this is gonna be the general setup that we're gonna go ahead and have. Enjoy the edits for the time lapses, and we'll come back to finish out. Holy crap, today was exhausting. Yep, I got ChatGPT interrupting me. Just give me a second. Okay, so it was one of those days, guys. We made it through today. Holy Moses, it was quite a fiasco. I'm currently on a mission of losing weight, so I don't have the thickest skin right now. I'm kind of sensitive. There were 3 events that happened today that were aggravating. The SD card was annoying. It was only annoying because I had trusted ChatGPT as a verified source, and then come to find out it wasn't. I don't know what's going on with ChatGPT. It hasn't been working very well over the past week or 2. It's not intuitive, and it gives a lot of information that has not been correct. So just if you use it a lot, verify your information, because I don't know if it's just me, but some of the information has been very strange or just not accurate, or it's not filling in for the things that you would normally think. I also filmed a whole bunch of other stuff today, but the transfer of the files, like just all kinds of stuff. Once I had to battle with my iPhone, there were so many files that were scattered everywhere, and then I had to bring in DJI's files, and so it was just very hard to navigate. There was this whole other portion. I don't know how that final edit's gonna look, but you might notice that sometimes it's light and then sometimes it's dark because I had to re-record some stuff. The second dilemma was that we got a storage locker today. I called the 1-800 number and they sold it to me. After I called the 1-800 number, they let me know the facility, and they let me know because I have a vehicle that I have to call the facility and make sure that I submit the vehicle's paperwork so that way they know it's not stolen. I call the facility, and then they let me know that this is the only 10x20 that I purchased, and it's inaccessible by a vehicle because the platform is 1.5 feet off the ground. So then the manager told me to call the facility to cancel. I called them, and they said that I need to call the facility to cancel. So I called the facility, they canceled it. Then I called these people back. Then there was this whole dilemma of, is there $860 floating around in the ether? And then am I gonna get charged again? Because they said the refund was not immediate. So it ended up being that we got the right facility and they don't charge till the end of the day. And it ended up being cheaper. So God is good. The next thing is that I got a brand new debit card. I sent Madi some money and I sent her $10. The banner popped up on her phone that she had received it. So she said it was good to go. And so I sent $1,400 right after that. Well, the banner had popped up on her phone, but the actual balance didn't hit her account. And so there was this huge fiasco of like, where is the money at? We went into the app and it said that it hit her account. So from my account, it was pulled. In the application, it said it was pushed, and then it was just on her bank after that. Her bank took 4 hours to acknowledge that that money had been sent, but it was sent. So I was in suspense for about 4 hours of, is there $1,410 in the ether somewhere? The video editing has just kicked my butt today. It's because it's been between an iPhone and the DJI product. Once I use just that, all of my files are coming from the same source. And what's even cooler is because on iPhone, I had to download my photos, get them onto my computer, and then put them into CapCut. Now, because we have DJI, I can just pull the SD card, put it directly into the computer, and then pull it directly into CapCut. So we're removing that middleman. I don't need to land my photos off of my iPhone anymore. So the editing in terms of transfer of data is gonna be significantly faster. Today was a pain in the butt, but we got everything figured out in the end. And I just kept telling myself, God, I trust you. As a finisher, be careful what you pray for. If you pray for patience, God isn't just gonna bestow that to you. He's going to give you opportunities to have it. You guys are wonderful. I appreciate every soul that gets to the end of the video. I totally understand if somebody clicks off because the videos still are not smooth and perfect yet. But you guys are probably going to be a significant part of my life one day. And I really hope that after a year, 2 years, that this thing has taken off to where I can just do it full time. That's a dream. Maybe we'll get there. I'm just not sure yet. I'm gonna keep putting all of my effort into it, putting all of my time into it, learning more about it, and upgrading equipment. Tomorrow is a stacked day. The reason being is we have another opportunity. In terms of responsibilities, I need to pack and put my car in a locker. Those are the basics. The curveball is that tomorrow is the last day that we can hit the gym, which is back and tries, and then I did a full set, and then I'm supposed to rest tomorrow, so that's good. We have been given an opportunity to grab a DJI Mini 3 Pro. I got a message back on Facebook and it's set up. The price is at $700 and it has the Fly More combo. It has the controller with the screen. It is the Fly More combo, so it's another combo. Has all of the batteries. It has like 3 or 4 batteries with it and the drone itself for $700. I'm super excited to take a look and it's scheduled for 4 p.m. tomorrow. So I'm gonna go about my day normally, and if the time permits, then I'll go get the drone. If I get the drone, then we'll pack up the bag together. My first priority is going to be pack everything, get that out of the way, work out, and then see if we have time for the drone. You guys have a wonderful day. JC out.